So somebody over the last 3 minutes has been slamming something against this wall. And of course, as soon as I grab my phone and then hit record, they're suddenly very quiet. It is 2:30 p.m. on Thursday, May 8th, 2025, and I left a voicemail for the Greenville group a few hours ago, letting them know that there was someone being violent directly below the floor of this bathroom as I was trying to use the facilities in this bathroom quietly with the lights off and the door closed. Now there's somebody slamming something against the wall right here. Yeah, you can hear the floor creaking, so there's literally somebody right there. There is absolutely somebody right there. Right behind the toilet. Like right there. So now I have to go to court and get the execution for my restraining order against the Greenville group because the violence coming from what is obviously an unoccupied bathroom in an unoccupied unit, only when I try to use the facilities in this bathroom. And right now it's the middle of the afternoon. So whatever the Greenville group keeps telling me is the case with the tenant they claim is in there is not true. Anybody who has a legitimate job is not slamming and banging things against the wall behind my toilet at 2:30 in the afternoon on a Thursday and at 4 in the morning. I mean, they're always in there, but then they're not in there legitimately. They're only in there to slam things against the wall. There's a sink right here. There's a toilet right there. There's no reason for anybody to be slamming things against the wall. Maintenance is not in there right now. Not sure what's going on. Suddenly a lot of violence. And now they're quiet. So let's just see if it's actually maintenance. And if not, I'm going to call the Greenville group and see why there's such violence coming from the bathroom of 78. It's weird. Okay, so that's not maintenance. If it was maintenance doing repairs in there, they'd have their stuff in the hallway, they'd have the door open. The door was locked, but it wasn't locked. So I don't know what's going on in that bathroom. Time to call the Greenville group and tell them there's somebody violently slamming stuff against the wall directly behind my toilet. Earlier today, somebody was violently slamming stuff in the bathroom of 76 below my toilet while I was sitting on it. There was no slamming or banging at any point before I tried to use that toilet, and there was no slamming or banging at any point after I tried to use the toilet from directly below in 76, right beneath my toilet, as I was trying to quietly use the facilities. That's just weird. I mean, there's only violence in the bathroom behind this wall when I try to use my own bathroom or when I'm standing at the sink and trying to wash some stuff. Right now I have a wash basin filled with water, and because the Greenville group permits a lot of violent sex offenders and career thugs to congregate around the doorways and entranceways of the laundry facility across the street and other parts of their common areas of their building complex, I can't use the laundry facilities. I have to do all of my hand washing in this sink, and there's constant problems with the water to this sink. So it's just weird. I mean, the water is always coming out in bursts. There's constant issues with the safety and usability of that tap water. It stinks. It has some kind of an additive that burns your skin. No water should ever suddenly start burning your skin. for no reason, and then the burning stops when you use other water from other taps to rinse it off. That should never happen. There's also a lot of screaming and shouting going on the street right now. Again, that just started like 10 minutes ago. So the screaming and shouting on the street was happening at the same time as the violence in the bathroom behind this wall for no reason. So what I'm going to do is call the Greenville group and let them know that for the last few minutes now, as soon as I turned my phone on, they became quiet, but there was somebody in that bathroom literally throwing something against this wall. It sounded like they were slamming some 2x4s. And there should not be like constant violence from behind this wall, like on an hourly basis. Why would a legitimate tenant be repeatedly slamming things against this wall only when I try to use my bathroom? That's not a legitimate tenant. It's a paid career harasser who's been doing this for 10 years named Jasmine Irizarry, or one of her BFFs at BLM, which is the group that claims that they're, that these people are part of. The screaming thugs, violent aggressors, sex offenders in this building complex are actually just sex offenders and career criminals who claim to be BLM activists, but they're not. They're career criminals who have nothing else to do. Then they just harass people for no reason. Yeah, so whoever was making the slamming and banging from behind this wall 10 minutes ago is not maintenance. Because if it was maintenance, it would still be going on. They'd be legitimately engaging in some kind of a work-related project in the vacant, unrented bathroom behind this wall. But it's not maintenance. I also went to the door of 78, and even though the door was unlocked, it had been blocked, so I couldn't open it, which means, again, it's not maintenance. It's somebody who keeps getting in there, forgets to lock the door, but then puts something against it so that nobody can come in from the outside. That's not maintenance. I know enough about the maintenance team in this building. It's just two guys, Renato and another guy, Valentino, I think his name is. And they always leave the doors open in whatever unit